today we're gonna be playing with paper. And as you guys can see, this paper has two sides. Okay, it's got this side, which has letters, and then this side. But it also has a surface area. Okay, and that surface area is kind of big. So if I drop this paper, it takes its time. It means that something's pushing against it. Now, or is the paper pushing against whatever's touching? Well, as you guys can see, there's different things I can do with this. I can actually put it in my hand, and I can try to throw it as hard as possible down to you. Wait. One more time. Nope, it's not gonna make it. Okay, but there's other things. For example, I can keep it on my hand. Stuff is glued to my hand. Look at that. You know, I can actually go down. I can go up. I can do all kinds of things. Okay, and that's because it has a big surface area. Okay, then if I grab two pieces of paper and calculate which is gonna fall faster, you guys can actually see different things going on. See that? One of them fell to the ground a lot faster than the other one. Well, it's a trick. Now, I can also do something different. I can actually make and shape the surface area onto this paper like this. And now this same paper, I can actually put it away. It weighs exactly the same. I have not changed the mass, but I have changed the surface area once again. I can actually toss it very far. Versus this one, where I can toss it not very far. Okay? Yeah, well, that's part of what you guys are gonna be playing with. The next thing is to actually talk a little bit more about aerodynamics. Okay? I'm actually gonna shape this thing into something different. And you guys are gonna learn that this thing is gonna behave differently. So to do that, we're gonna make a paper airplane. This paper airplane has to be symmetrical. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna fold this hot dog side. And it looks exactly like that, the long way. Then I'm gonna open it up, and as you can see, it's got two sides. It's got this one right here, this one on the other side. This top flap, I'm gonna bring it down about maybe 1/4 of an inch. I'm gonna fold it exactly like this. As you guys can see, it's not that much. But then, I'm gonna fold it one more time. I don't know if you guys notice, but what I'm doing, I'm changing the surface area. It used to be this big, now is this big. I made two folds, doesn't matter exactly what size. Every airplane that you make is gonna do something different. Then I bring this whole flap, the top flap, to the center. And then I grab this one, because my airplane has to be symmetrical, onto the center once again. What I'm doing right now is that I'm changing the center of mass. If I were to put my airplane on my finger and calculate what this thing's gonna center, it's about right there, okay? But then I'm gonna change it once again. Once that I have my flaps down like this, in the corners meet in the center, I'm gonna actually make another fold. This fold can be wherever you want. But what that's gonna do, once again, is gonna change the center of mass. Then I go ahead and fold it in half once again, and I grab it right on the center. I grab it about a finger's length, and I fold down in this direction. And as you can see, it's not straight, but that's all I need. Okay? Then, since it needs to be symmetrical, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing on the other side. See, there's a finger's length right there, and I go ahead and fold my piece of paper. And believe it or not, but this thing already flies and it does all kinds of weird stuff. But we're not gonna stop there. We're actually gonna make ailerons. The ailerons are very easy to make. You can make them any size you want. In this case, I'm just gonna fold about 1/4 of an inch right there on the side. And then I'm gonna do exactly the same thing on the opposite side. Remember, it has to be symmetrical. When you guys are playing with your airplanes, I want you guys to actually keep in mind that there's different things that you guys can do. For example, before you do anything else, I want you guys to actually fly your airplane, okay? And then once you come back, the next thing to do is to make some elevators. The elevators are very simple. What you do is you calculate more or less the center of the wing on one side, and you make two cuts, two slots. And then you can actually just push this down, or push it up, and you're gonna see that what you do differently on your airplane is gonna do something different. For example, right now, the air is gonna be catching right here, so it's gonna do something special. If you put it down, then it's gonna catch it in the bottom. So it's gonna do something way different. Then you can actually make another one on the other side, and you can start playing with your airplane. You can do many different things. For example, you can put one up and one down and see what happens. Or you can do two up or two down, or vice versa. This is the part where you guys get to go outside and toss your airplane and see what happens. Now, if you guys want to play a little bit more, the next thing to do is to actually make a launcher. The launcher is very simple to make, okay? But before we make the launcher, I want you guys to actually put a paper clip on your airplane. One of the ways I like to make this thing is that I like to find the center of mass of my airplane. And to find the center of mass, I'm gonna more or less balance it on my finger. And wherever it stays on my finger, that's the center of mass. And I know that it's about right there, okay? Then I'm gonna put my paper clip around there. I can actually balance it with a paper clip on my finger, but in this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and open my paper clip like this so that it has a little puntita. And then with that, I'm gonna poke it right through my piece of paper. Sometimes it's a little hard, so press against something, and then it's gonna look something like this. I can actually add a dot of glue right here, and it's gonna keep it shut in this direction, okay? But as you guys can see, right there, there's my paper clip. Now that I have my paper clip, I can actually make the other part of my launcher, okay? I have two rubber bands. With these two rubber bands, what I like to do is I like to put one in the center like this, and then I just fish that one like this. And voila, it's magia, magic, brujeria. Okay, once I make my Mexican voodoo launcher right here, I can actually just make a little triangle. I go like this, pinch these two little circles, okay? And then I just go like this, and I just make it nice and tight. And then it's ready. Do not hit anybody, please. Okay, then the next thing to do is to try your airplane. The way you're gonna do that is very simple. You grab your airplane from the tail, then you grab your airplane in this direction, this section, and then you just toss it. Okay, and that's how you do your airplane. And remember, there's many things you can do to your airplane, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun. And this is the way the cookie crumbles. Thank you guys. Other things that you can do with your airplane are to add different things onto your airplane. For example, I have paper clips, and the paper clips, you can add them to the nose, and of course, it's gonna change the whole function of your airplane. Okay? Then you can actually start adding even more paper clips. You can actually add one to one side of the wing and see what happens. You can actually try different combinations. For example, I have 3. Okay, I can actually take one out and have that to be nice and even. And I can actually take all of them out and put them on the back and see what happens. For example, now the center of mass has changed dramatically and it's got a lot of weight on the back. I want you guys to try that and see what happens. Try different combinations. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with your airplane. Yes, and for example, this is one type of airplane, but there's many other different types of airplanes that you guys can build. I know for a fact that you guys already know probably 1 or 2 different kinds of airplanes. And once again, add different things. Add the launcher. I hope you guys have a lot of fun.